Welcome to the Comics Experiment, the show right here at the Comicstorian channel and podcast network where I sit with Andy and Dan and we discuss something involved in the world of comics. From a list to a philosophical discussion to us just being stupid to can Andy burn a comic? Was the answer to that experiment?
Yes. Paper is highly flammable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was an easy experiment.
If you soak it in lighter fluids, even more.
This is true efficiency.
Our next week's experiment will be, can you tomahawk a comic?
Ooh.
Yes. Ben, hold it
I
up.
like it.
Today's topic is going to be the discussion of TV shows and should they be smarter than they actually are. But today's sponsor is G Fuel. Use the code comics at checkout and get 30% off of your sale this weekend. Because I know this episode's going up because of our other sponsor. But G Fuel is how I get the insane energy that I have to get G Fuel. Get G Fuel.
The insane energy I have to get more G Fuel.
I didn't know where I was going with that. And we have a second sponsor on today's episode of the Comics Experiment, Dan.
Yes, we do. Honey, where you can go to joinhoney.com/experiment to get honey for free. It's an online shopping tool to help you save money when you shop online. We'll tell you more in the middle of today's episode.
Will we, Dan?
Yes, we will.
How will you tell them in the middle of the episode?
It will be through a Tempad portal.
So quick caveat for those who are watching this live on, not live, but watching it on the Saturday show or listening to us on Spotify or any one of your many, many podcast apps. We will not be doing any heavy spoilers of Loki, but there's no guarantee we won't enter into it briefly discussing what happened at the ending. Although this will be live on multiple sources on Saturday, so I'm assuming most of you who are listening to a comic book podcast probably watched Loki. I did want to give you that caveat just in case you are holding off to be that guy that's going to watch it next week.
Yeah, so pause, go watch it.
I actually,
Come back.
what I do is I wait for a series to be done, and then I binge it 6 months later.
It's like a buddy of mine. So a bunch of video games keep coming out. You know I'm Shank, but everyone's playing video games. We're all talking about it. And like 6 months later, he hit me up the other day. So I just started Resident Evil. Man, I see what you were talking about when you were playing it. That's old. That's really old.
6 months is like an eternity.
In the world of pop culture today,
Everybody
it really
knows
is.
that. Everybody knows it.
I mean, remember back in the day, the spoiler rule. Remember the Matrix? You don't spoil the Matrix. There was no time limit. There was no like, oh, in 2 weeks I can talk to Dan about the ending to the Matrix, regardless of him having seen it. That, like, I remember going almost 6 months.
I don't remember that. That was 1999. I was 13.
Well, yeah.
I wasn't really aware of spoilers at that point.
But what I'm saying is you didn't need to be aware of spoilers because people weren't rude and spoiled things.
This is also like before the internet was like huge, so there really wasn't
Before
anywhere.
the trolls inhabited it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like was it a Snape killed Dumbledore? People driving by.
Wow.
the theater?
Wow.
Actually, I remember that when people would drive past bookstores like the day it came out and just yell
Well, they
out.
did that with
Star
Force
Wars.
Awakens, yeah.
Yeah.
People would drive by the people in line and be like, Han Solo dies. Spoiler alert, Han Solo died.
Oh, wow.
But he came back as a Force
Why are
ghost
we
in
doing
that
the
thing.
joke when he does it?
Because it's only funny when I do it.
I feel like I'm being picked on
I
here.
can't be repetitive with the joke, okay?
Yeah.
Oh.
Gotta
Well,
stay
steal my
original.
joke.
That makes the most sense, I guess, yes. But anyway, yeah, the world of spoilers is interesting because now with Loki, I think like the internet consensus is by Saturday, if you haven't watched Loki, it's on you, man. It's on you. Like,
That's 3 days. I mean, that's on you.
yeah, 100%. When I woke up 7 a.m., Twitter was like, highlights, hashtag the spoiler reveal.
yeah.
Like, oh, thanks.
That's the
Thank you,
worst
Twitter.
is when it's the hashtag that spoils it. It doesn't even hashtag Loki. Oh, well, I'll avoid that.
Right. An example, I love whenever the hashtag is related because it'll be like, just let's say, for example, I'll go back to an older one, so we're not going to spoil Loki directly. Falcon Winter Soldier. The day the last episode drops, the hashtag was, you may be interested in hashtag Captain America because hashtag Falcon and Winter Soldier's related. Oh, I might be.
Well, to be fair, if you didn't know he was going to become Captain America by the end of that, I don't think you were paying
Probably were
attention.
watching, yeah.
But hence why I'm giving like that more obvious one.
Like, I mean, you should know he was going to become Captain America when Cap handed him the shield at the end of.
Okay, fine. I'll go with a more
Infinity War.
obvious.
Entire first episode was Bucky going, no, he made you Captain
America. Like, yeah, even if you hadn't seen Endgame, we'll say.
Okay, fine. I'll go with the more obvious one,
Okay.
less obvious one.
Okay.
When WandaVision dropped,
Right.
conveniently the hashtag was White Vision. towards the
Okay,
end.
that one a little bit. I'll give you that
Yes.
one at least.
If you're liking
That
WandaVision, you may be interested in hashtag White Vision.
You may
and
be
then,
interested in hashtag a different vision comes back and they fight each other and have an existential discussion about a ship.
oh, the ship was another hashtag
That
at
was
the time.
like that's a really long hashtag. I don't think
The
they
one that I
understand how
saw
hashtags
was
supposed to
the
work.
Agatha all along hashtag.
Yeah.
Because everyone's doing the memes for it. And it's like, so I get you doing memes, but it just came out and I haven't had a chance to watch it.
Well, it's like it's
3
funny because
p.m.
people wonder why I don't actually go to our Twitter that often. I check it normally in the morning or the evening, like for work purposes. But I don't go there and jump into hashtags or anything because it's nothing but spoiler territory.
Yeah.
And then people arguing whether they liked it or disliked it, and all kinds of reasoning behind everything. And I just avoid Twitter in general because it's nothing but spoilers. I will say when Loki did drop to prevent, because I've had all the way back in the day. I'm a huge Metal Gear Solid fan. And people
I know
spoiled the
this story.
reveal in Phantom Pain. Was that the last one? 5? Is that-
Yes.
Okay. They spoiled that almost immediately for me. So ever since then, every time a big spoiler is coming out that I know people are going to attempt to spoil, I spoil it for myself so I don't get that.
That'll teach them.
Yeah, exactly.
Haha,
I
I
can't
ruined it for me. You can't.
I don't enjoy anything. In your face.
Thank you to why I'm sad all the time, Andy.
In your face.
But I did Google immediately because I went on Twitter. I'm like, all right, well, this is going to be it. And it was almost like a game. And I was sitting on the couch in the morning yesterday, and I'm like, I wonder how long it'll take. Google, open up Twitter. All right, well, that's who it is. That was pretty quick.
From Loki?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The hashtags.
The best part is him researching it probably took as long as he could have just watched the episode to see what the spoiler.
Oh no, I'm saying it's immediate. I opened up Twitter and it was the hashtag. The
I know.
actor was the hashtag.
I'm just saying that you multitask everything that you could have easily just had it on the side.
So, but yeah, as
Liked.
spoiler tangent, we're going to be talking about the other thing, but that also brings to the rest of the actual discussion today. So recently with WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and Loki, rumors and theories are all over the place. I'd say more so than any other show. Now, as a fan of Supernatural, we've had rumor mills and theories running forever of Dean and Castiel getting together. Which I had to explain to Andy, by the way, is a thing because we never picked up on those clues.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a fanfic like shipping of
That's
two
a-
characters kind of.
that it's a very strong theory.
I feel like
that
I'm going to
is-
get in trouble with this, but I feel like a lot of shipping is projection.
Yeah.
I don't feel like a lot of the time shipping is actually based on anything.
What I'm saying is that we've been dealing with fan theories and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
prevalent of that going around. And Andy and I watch a lot of shows that are very 9 seasons deep and everything's happening in them.
Right.
But for some reason, I feel like it's gotten a lot worse with WandaVision, Falcon Winter Soldier, and then Loki.
There was a lot of theories thrown around. I'm still not sure when Mephisto is going to show up, but it's going to happen.
It's got to.
Yeah?
It's got to.
He never appears in the MCU. It would be hilarious.
It's actually an after credits
Yeah,
scene,
yeah.
and he just shows up and goes, "It wasn't me."
It was Mephisto all along.
At the very last MCU movie, right? Before they're like calling it good, and then they're just gonna reboot all of the MCU. It's the very last one. He shows up at the last after credits.
It was me,
Actually-
Mephisto.
Even better, he shows up. The credits, like right before the credits happen, and he takes off a mask. It was Agatha all
That
along.
would actually be really funny.
But what and I don't know if it's a combination of COVID and us not having anything to really theorize about as the MCU fans. It gave us a lot more to run with and stuff like that because we had all this time to go with. So, but to me, it says that the audience in general is kind of ready for more of that crazy, off the wall, very cerebral kind of a show where it's very thought provoking, gets you really moving. It's Mephisto, or in Falcon Winter Soldier.
It's
What was the big one in
Mephisto.
Falcon Winter Soldier?
That it was Mephisto.
It's always
Well, I know that meme carried on.
Yeah, it did.
But there was a real one for that. I don't remember what it was.
The theory
I don't
was gonna
Yeah.
be. I don't know.
There was a theory rolling around for that one. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head. And now, of course, Loki has been nothing but theory since the beginning because the whole thing's about time travel and the multiverse, which has led to all kinds of discussions of what's going to happen. Black Widow somehow got under the radar of nobody having any theory, and everyone's just like, whatever, it's supposed to come out 5 years ago.
Well, it wasn't supposed to come out 5 years ago. It
should have.
come out 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But so the question I have is with today's television, a lot of it being these long form dramas, these 6 to 12 episode series, they're intended to kind of get your brain moving, make you think. But most of them don't go in the direction of what theories and stuff are. A lot of the fan theories are more fun than what the show ends up doing. WandaVision, case in point. I'm not against WandaVision. I thought it ended great. But some of those fan theories, I think would have been a lot better.
I disagree.
Oh, I mean, and that's a different argument for a different day. But what I'm saying is, the fans are wanting a lot more stuff out of their shows. They want to have a better experience watching them. And then we get to the ending of these, and they're just like, it's another MCU thing. Do you think the fandoms of everything, not just the MCU, but after even Joker, like Joker was a more of a thought-provoking thing, just of how evil can one guy go. But
I guess.
Okay.
do you think the audiences are ready for a deeper meaning to all of our shows?
Well, first I want to just back up just a little in terms of the fan theories. I think it should be mentioned that it's heavily related to comic book shows.
Oh, yeah.
I feel, because the reason why I feel
Not
like
true. I was watching
theories-
Game of Thrones going, when is Mephisto going to show up?
And then the White Walkers
It's,
showed up.
Yeah.
Or I guess when there is an alternate version of content about what the show you're watching is about.
Okay.
Because the fact that it's based around comics, you do have all those different things. You do know about Mephisto. Hell, it could have been Belasco the whole time. Like a different demon making a deal. Like there are
It was
so
Hammer.
many.
And not Justin Hammer, Army Hammer.
The cannibal?
I think, isn't that what he came out to be or something?
Well, no, that's a whole other thing.
But the point being, when you have a bunch of examples of different things that could happen,
Okay.
it allows you to create more fan theories. And I feel like another thing behind that of some fan theories being better or being considered by some people to be better than what actually happened is that's because you've got so many different points of view on what this is, whereas what we got is one, maybe a couple, or the screenwriters' collaboration, which not everyone thinks the same. Not everyone would think of some obscure villain that showed up in a single comic and did this weird thing. So I think that's a big influence for the different fan theories. In terms of kind of, do I think that they're like, are we, sorry, I should back up. Are we asking whether or not the fan theories are ruining these shows?
No, I'm asking if,
'Cause I'm a
based
little
on things like
confused what
fan
you're-
theories, is the audience ready for a deeper show?
Well,
So here's an
yes.
example. A show just came out that I've started watching. It's called Kevin Can F Himself.
okay.
Okay.
The show is about a sitcom, but it's not about the sitcom. The show is about the sitcom situation, and you have basically a Kevin James style character who's doing all the crazy antics of what's that, King of Queens,
Okay.
but it's about the wife. And when she steps off of the camera, because the camera follows Kevin, and that's the sitcom, the multi-camera sitcom, it then becomes a drama because it's how is this actually reflecting on the life of the person.
Okay.
The show is like, it goes a little bit deeper than just being a fun sitcom. So like situation, and they have the usual sitcom situation of him being like, okay, I'm going to try to be at my wife's birthday and I'm going to try to be at my friend's birthday on the same day. And the sitcom is
With the
he's
laugh
running
track.
back and forth, throwing on a tie and a suit coat. But whenever he leaves the wife one, the camera goes dimmer. Everything seems more realistic. And it's her being like, oh, I know exactly what's going on. And then the whole plot is she wants to kill him because of how bad she's made her life with all of the sitcom.
Well, he
the
could go
title.
F himself. Yeah.
Exactly. She's realized how bad her life has gotten from sitcom life.
Right.
But like that's a deeper meaning of a show. You know, it's like how do these people break out of these boxes that they've had? And it's got a whole bunch of studies on it and what it actually means. Is that kind of show what we as MCU fans and fans of like supernatural shows and action shows, do we want something deeper like that? A breakdown of your favorite show more than your favorite show just being a normal superhero flick.
Yes and no. I mean, it depends on the show.
Okay.
I was gonna say, yeah, because if you're going off of fan theories, based off of fan theories, do we think MCU fans want a deeper meaning?
Yes.
No, because 90% of the time the fan theories are fucking stupid.
But wouldn't it be cool if Mephisto showed up?
Like, I'm just saying.
He was
I know I'm
holding
not
the
supposed to
Darkhold.
swear,
I
but
know.
still.
He's holding the Darkhold like, it was me.
Like, a lot of the times the theories are just
dumb.
Yeah.
Or like it's
Or they're
it's,
so deeply rooted in personal knowledge.
in like your 30 years of fandom in the comics, it bases off of what you think the show should go with. And some of the times the fan theories are better than what we actually get. I'll freely admit that. There are times you're like, oh, that's a very interesting idea. And you can look at the last 3 Star Wars movies and go off of that idea. It's like some of the fan theories are a lot better than what we ended up getting. But most of the time, no. And like the idea of a more cerebral show, I would say WandaVision was that.
It kind of broke the mold.
It kind of broke the
deconstructed it.
mold, and it was kind of a play off of how your trauma could affect your life based off of if you had reality warping powers. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what the show was about. Do I think that means that that's what everybody wants? Overall, I would say no. Because the idea of the MCU, you know, we all can talk about like the MCU formula, which a lot of their movies fall into.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could go to comics fall into that same kind of formula.
The hero's journey is used commonly and is a trope for a reason.
They're just meant to be entertainment.
Yes.
Now, you can have deeper meanings within your entertainment, such as WandaVision, or, I'm trying to think of one in the actual MCU movies.
That broke it a little bit.
That kind of broke it a little bit. And
Doctor Strange did a little bit, didn't he?
I mean, not really. It kind of fell into the same formula. It's just
I feel like
He leveled up and then
Infinity
fought
War
Dormammu.
at least ended
that
against
kind
the
of
normal
form. Yeah,
formula.
I could
That's
say
true, because it
that.
ended with the heroes losing. If you
Yeah.
look at Infinity War, like if you never saw Endgame, you were like, wow, I hated Infinity War.
I mean, they lost. That's it.
That's the end of the movies. I'm like, Endgame? I'm not even going to watch that.
What's even the point?
That's just Disney coming in and going like, wow, we shouldn't have ended it like that. We should
yeah.
fix the movie.
But do I think people want like everything to be a deconstruction? Because we run into that in the comics where now everybody's deconstructing the superhero comic.
I will
And
admit,
it
I'm tired of
gets
that. Yeah.
old.
Like, how many
And-
times are we going to deconstruct Batman? Hey,
That's what I'm saying,
Batman's
like-
back in a brownstone.
I think most of the time people
only
just want
kind of a
entertainment, and I don't feel like the fan theories point to, oh, I want a deeper meaning out of it. What the fan theories point to is they wanted Mephisto all along.
Okay.
That's
and,
what I
and
think.
that's what I'm getting at, because and the reason I bring this topic up is, you know, we have a lot of shows doing deconstructions now. A lot of things are looking at things from an outside perspective. They're breaking the mold. They're seeing what they can do. In the MCU style of things, though, we have had shows that are trying to. We have very play by the numbers shows. Titans is a very play by the numbers. Nightwing's gonna fight things, and we're gonna be like, yeah, go Nightwing. And the only deconstruction in that one is, wow, Bruce Wayne's kind of a dick in this one.
He's kind of a dick in real life. Well, not real life in comics. He's not real.
Are you
There's a
sure?
Bruce Wayne somewhere.
Pretty sure.
But like WandaVision had tons and tons of theories rolling with it, and everyone wanted everything to mean something deeper. And then the ship of Theseus was a huge trending topic at the time it came out. Falcon Winter Soldier is kind of considered it's just your standard MCU.
I would say the Falcon
But
Winter
Loki had more
Soldier,
theories, is what I'm
looked at the lens of superheroes with a more racially charged than anything else in the MCU did.
It did, yes.
Yeah, that I would say that. Not always very well, and a lot of it was kind of very ham-fisted and kind of like that very much like, oh, look at it.
Like when they were just randomly on a street having a discussion and the cops just showed up.
Exactly, things like that, or even
Just
like
randomly. Like,
the villains were like, well, they're just trying to be, they're just trying to help out people. I mean, granted, they also kind of murdered a bunch of people, blew up a bunch of people, and burned a bunch of people in a car. But no, they're really just trying to help out. And don't call them terrorists, even though they did things that terrorists do.
like blow up a building and burn a bunch of people.
Yeah. But other than that, so I don't think it did it very well. But that was the lens it was trying to look through.
Right.
Yeah.
But then can we go from WandaVision to that to Loki?
I would say Loki really didn't have a message.
I didn't see one.
If there was one in there, maybe
the
I'm just
message,
not
the message in
cerebral
Loki,
enough,
the message in Loki was about
Love
Loki.
thyself.
That's what I was going to say. The only message was
The overall-
I should love myself.
The overall message in Loki was to trust others around you. Stop being a solo person and stuff. It's more of a direct Loki lesson instead of a overarching like.
I don't know.
I would say it would be more of you don't have to be what you've always been.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the
Break
journey,
your
which is
own
kind of
mold.
Loki's.
exactly
Break your
right.
own mold, even if that mold turns you into a blonde woman.
Hey, I mean, it could be fun. I don't know.
I'm waiting for
Anyway.
Dan to show up next week, and he's like, "I'm Sylvie, my variant."
That was
Dan,
right.
you didn't even shave. I don't have to. This variant this variant is a bearded woman.
as well. She just has the exact same body as me. Dan, I don't know if anyone's buying this lie.
No. I have blonde hair now.
It's just the Legolas wig.
Is that wig I got?
To take a moment to think about what's going on, Dan, why don't we step through and meet your variant?
Yes, through this Tempad portal. It's square.
Today's podcast is sponsored by Honey. Honey is a free browser extension that is designed to save you money. Honey automatically scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best ones that it finds to your cart to save you money. Honey supports over 30,000 stores online, ranging from tech and gaming products to popular fashion brands and even food delivery. Honey has helped 17 million members save more than $2 billion. Just click the Apply Coupons button on the extension at checkout and watch the savings roll in. I've been using Honey every time that I shop online. Honey helped me save on my recent Walmart order by getting me free shipping. If you don't already have Honey, you could straight up be missing out on free savings. It's literally free and it installs in a few seconds. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid in supporting this podcast. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/experiment. That's at joinhoney.com/experiment. Thanks, Honey, for supporting today's episode.
And then we close the door portal.
We're idiots. Anyway.
You probably should have just gone like that.
Did they go up and down?
Yeah, they kind of, no, I'm pretty sure they go up and down.
I thought they went diagonally.
I don't even know.
They definitely don't go diagonally.
It's like one
It's
of
either
those,
horizontal or vertical. I mean, they don't.
It
they
folds
don't,
in on itself.
Yeah, they don't like Star Wars swipe. So anyway, the point I'm making is just because of the theories and everyone's spouting off. Do you think that's more related to COVID and people are just going to want straightforward? So a guilty pleasure of mine is to watch just classic whatever shows. I like to watch just dumb sitcoms like Last Man Standing and stuff like that, where they're not thought-provoking and nothing really happens. And whatever does happen is resolved in 20 minutes. It's just a guilty pleasure of mine. I pop on some of those. I just watch them and I enjoy them. I enjoy just crappy sitcoms. And they're all crappy. But I also do enjoy really thought-provoking shows that make me guess what's happening and I'm trying to figure it out. Wandavision was great with that. I thought Loki was as well. Made me guess the whole time. I had a new bullshit theory every week.
That you did.
I mean, it's my job to come up with bullshit theories, but I had one. But I'm also enjoying this Kevin can F himself, and I'm enjoying other shows that kind of break these molds and deconstruct things. And that's why I'm leading to the question of, based on Twitter, based on Instagram, based on Tumblr. Is Tumblr still a thing? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Based on MySpace, people seem like they really want something else. And is it just they like the idea of something else? Or do they want something else?
Well, I still don't think theories point to people want
No, and I
something
get that,
else. Yeah.
I was more
Because
revisiting
people just like to
conversation
make
with it.
theories. I mean, they always have.
Right. I think because you mentioned, is it like COVID that people are bored that's creating the fan theories? I don't think so. I think it's the fact that it's a show. And that's the difference. I feel like if the different movies that have come out, if they were paused in the middle, people would have theories for how the movie ended. But the difference is, you got the ending. You didn't need to watch the movie, leave, and go, man, I think this might happen. And when they made the parter of Infinity War than Endgame, we did get theories.
There was tons of theories about what was going to
Endgame
happen.
would be.
Yeah.
And because once again, when you mentioned Titans, there were theories. There were theories of, wait a second, is he going to fight Batman? Why did he say F Batman? These are my theories behind why that might happen. Or
because he's edgy.
Where this exactly, but
Like when I swore 15 minutes ago, super edgy.
Just edgy Andy came out.
Edgy as hell.
Super edgy.
I should have swore right there too. Edgy.
Well, let me ask you this then. Why? Because we follow the Flash CW show forums, the Reddit. At least me and Dylan do. I don't think you check them too often.
not really.
But I also follow the Superman one, and
I mean, usually the important things you bring up in our review show over at Absolutely Marvel in DC. And
but I don't see a lot of theories coming out. Is that because the shows are just so bad now? Because Flash, I'll give that to.
yes, actually,
Superman and Lois, though, there was a month break of how is he going to resolve this brother plot.
So I will say
him in the
yes,
sun.
because
They have
that's
a
second kid anyway. And he throws him. I forgot he's Kryptonian. That's a yellow sun. Damn it.
His one empowerment.
No, I think Flash got too predictable, because if you think back to when we had I think it was Blue Flash or Savitar, everyone's running theories of who is
That's
it?
true.
Who
Everyone
was
is-
it? What's going on? Like, who could this actually
My favorite
be?
was Blue Cobalt was going to be Savitar.
It's
And
perfect.
Like
even
that,
I
yeah.
at the time was like, who?
Yeah.
Like Blue Cobalt?
Exactly.
Is that even a superhero, or are we just talking about gemstones now?
But I think when
This
when
is
a
amethyst.
when a
a
show
character.
is
I know.
more
That's why I went with that.
when the show is more
Predictable?
unpredictable, I would
Okay,
say.
yeah, yeah.
I would say that's when the theories come into play, because it legitimately could go different direction. It could be Mephisto. It could be Agatha. It could be the mailman. That's like, there are those different things.
It was the mailman all along.
That's where the twins came from.
But when it's current Flash, where you go, oh yes, it's going to be one of these different forces that they've been focusing on for the past 6 episodes. There's nothing really
Dion. And now Dion's out.
exactly like that one. The theories are boring, where you go, I think this force is going to turn on them. No, I think it's this force that's going to. It gets boring. You need it to provoke you into thinking, I don't know what direction this could go. I would like it to go this direction because I think this would be a great idea. And then, but you also go, and I think other people would think this is a great idea. Let me let other people know. And so that's why I think it's some shows kind of lost that, because I feel like Game of Thrones had a lot of theories.
There was
early on.
There was a ton of theories.
and especially based off of the books, and when they went past the
Exactly.
books, like, okay, well now we got no idea what's gonna happen.
Right.
Exactly.
So, do you think that the fans are ready for this, creating the theories, or do you think shows and companies like the MCU are purposely like pushing it? Case in point,
Yes, they're pushing. Sorry,
boner jokes.
Ralph Boner.
I couldn't think of his first name. I just remembered Boner.
Ralph.
But so
She pronounced Bonner.
do you think that, like, okay, so if WandaVision was very straightforward, it just told us what was going on almost immediately, do you think any theories would have come out of it?
Episode 1.
You're
They're
stuck in
1950s. Hey, Vision, we seem to be stuck in some sort of sitcom. It's true, Wanda. It's probably has something to do with your existential trauma. You're right.
Let's watch 9 episodes of
Aren't
this.
you dead right now? I am.
We'll go to that later.
We have 9 more episodes of this. What is going on?
That were in the 60s.
This isn't right.
I think anything that ends on a cliffhanger is the production studio going, we want to make sure people are talking about this longer than just the day it came out.
So, do you think that they're causing fans to want a better show, a deeper meaning show, a more cerebral show, so they can get us talking about it on everything?
Yes. And it gives them ideas for future seasons.
So, taking that theory now,
I mean, or the writers are like, I like that. I'm
Take a
going to
note,
change
take a
the
note, take a
names
note,
a little
take a
bit
note.
because
so now taking that theory, do you think that we've entered into an era where people talking about stuff is a marketing tactic? And I have an example of one that everyone is theorizing.
exactly.
Then
which
what is
one
what is the one?
It's the family memes that are coming out of Fast and the Furious, because I didn't know anything about the Fast and the Furious movie or anything that was happening there. I just started seeing a bunch of memes about family.
So, the running theory, I don't know if you're aware of this, Andy, because you stay off all social media unless I tell you to look at something.
Yeah, I do not like the internet.
I mean, you're not wrong. I hate it too.
That's true.
The running theory is the reason why there's so many Vin Diesel memes.
Yes.
Is it was started by the production company. And it has now been picked up and become a viral.
Right.
Because no one can figure
All
out.
viral?
A
Listen,
viral.
I know I hate the internet, but even I don't talk like that. Oh my God, this didn't become a virals.
Because the reason this theory has been going around is no one can figure out what memes started this. Because normally, like,
You could point to it.
that was the one.
Like the
everyone
little
started-
kid who's doing this.
Or the Keanu Reeves sad sandwich.
Yeah,
You're like, oh, it started
Or the guy
here.
checking out the girlfriend. or the
Yeah,
girl.
exactly. No one can figure out where Vin Diesel's one started.
Okay.
So the theory is that this was just started by the marketing company and has now made it bigger. And
Smart
it is kind
idea.
of working because Natalie, who's never watched a Fast and the Furious, she had zero interest in going to the theater for Black Widow, but we are currently binging all Fast and the Furious because she wants to see 9 in the theater.
Well, you're going to be wildly confused if you don't watch all the other ones.
Well, so we're at 2 right now.
You could probably start at 5 and you at least you'll know what's going on.
Yeah. I even said to her, I'm like, I think at this point everyone's back to life, so I don't think you need to know anything going on.
Yeah, realistically.
I could explain Han a little.
He's Asian. That's explaining it.
Okay.
So then, using all of what we just put together, and I'll go to Andy, because Andy loves to shoot down anything I bring up.
No, I just don't think all your ideas are stupid. What's the problem?
We're going to talk about that in 3 weeks.
That's fine.
I'm also trying to thought using that joke. No, using that as a theory, do you think that that the audience doesn't really want a deeper show, but they want to talk about a deeper show that doesn't exist?
See, okay. When you say the audience wants a deeper show, I have never talked to a group of people. Now, I've been watching a lot of pop culture shows for about as long as I've been alive.
Yeah.
I've never once heard someone go, I like this show, but I wish it had a deeper meaning.
I liked Friends, but you know,
like
I wanted a
it
moral
didn't
of the story.
deconstruct the idea of Friends.
I want to
in
know
New
why
York.
they were friends and how did they
Exactly.
afford that apartment?
That's a good
Why did
question.
they-
It's actually, it
What's
was
the
rent
anagram?
controlled.
Yeah, that's the running theory, I think.
No, they said it in the last
did they?
season. Yeah.
It's acronym.
Acronym. Yeah.
What
Red
did
Con-
it stand for?
That apartment was huge in Friends.
So you keep saying, like, do people want more cerebral shows? Blah, 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 blah. I've never heard anyone say that.
Well, no, and no one has.
That's
But
what I'm
now
saying.
we're in an age where theories and internet and
But
everything.
to me, theories don't say I want a deeper show. And
Okay.
I've said that like 3 times.
Yeah, no, I know.
this show.
But that's today's topic, so
I understand that. But to me, like, it's a weird idea that theories mean I want a deep, or people want a deeper show. Because to me, that doesn't say that. It just means they think this should have happened, or I think I mean, people have done theories for the longest time. It's just a way to discuss things like, oh, who do you think is going to be the bad guy in Loki? Well, I think it's going to be who did you say, Immortus?
Yeah, Mortis. And then it's the running theory, and then the show
like,
on.
most like comic book fans who aren't hardcore would be like, who?
Yeah. All right, let me explain Mortis to you.
And then then you got to have a 20-minute conversation about who the hell Immortus is. I mean, that's just.
Don't worry, not a spoiler.
I think that's because it's not in the show. Yeah, I think that's just fandom in general. Fans just like theorizing about things, and talking about, oh well, I think what they should have done, and not a more cerebral thing. It's just like, oh, I think in Endgame this should have happened. This would be a really cool idea. I don't think it comes down into like, oh, I want a smarter show.
Spider-Man should have used kill mode on everyone.
Yes, agreed. 100%. Should have used it on Thanos. Thanos comes at him for the gauntlet. He goes into kill mode and just starts stabbing the shit out of him.
And then I was just like,
Stop it. Not cool.
This is very annoying.
So yeah, to me, theories and people talking about stuff and I don't know how we
Meme
got on
culture.
I don't know how we got on this discussion of meme
Well,
culture.
because
But to me, that doesn't point to I want a more cerebral show. That's
do you want family?
well, everybody just wants family. To me, that just points to fans like talking about pop
All right,
culture.
I like that.
Yeah.
I think
Dan's opinion doesn't matter. Anyway, no, I'm good.
I think instead of it being more like smarter shows, I think people like more plot twists and unpredictability.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good way to put
I
it.
think
That's a good way
that's
to put it, yeah.
like, because sometimes
White
you
Vision
just
was
like a
very
show.
unpredictable.
Exactly. Like, you don't know where it's going to go. So it allows for
Even though
so many different doors of theories, because someone can go, okay, this was the branch of the show. I'm going to create a theory that goes off here.
Yeah.
And someone else goes, well, I think
What if it
this would've been fine.
redlines?
And then this,
But then the TVA shows up and it's like, your theories are branching too much. We're pruning you.
I
What?
actually showed up and they're like, Vin Diesel, no. You said Friends this time. We're pruning this timeline. It's family or nothing. But I think that's it. It's more people like plot twists and unpredictability, so that they don't know what's going to happen.
I like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
It's a good way
say,
to look at it.
I would-
wouldn't say it's
I
more
would lean-
cerebral. You just don't want to know what's coming.
Because a lot of the times when people talk about smart shows,
Yeah, they're not smart.
they're not smart. They're like wildly pretentious, which a lot of people equates to being smart.
Frasier.
Sure. But it's just like, and then like you're a lot of people
That's
watching
a
and go,
quail.
oh, that's just that's just pretentious. Like they want to sound smart,
Right.
But they're not really coming. They're not really saying anything.
About to piss off half our fan base. But it's like the guys that watch Rick and Morty, and if you say, "Yeah, it's just kind of fart humor," and they're like, "No, you just don't get Rick and
That's
Morty."
what I'm saying.
Smart enough to
So a
understand
lot of the
Rick and
times when you're talking about a smart show, that's what it kind of turns into. So no, I think that's a good idea. When people like twists and unpredictability.
The last show on the set, Dan finally brought up a point we agree with.
I've agreed with him a couple of times.
Can you name one other?
No, not off the top of my head.
I can't think of a time I agreed with myself. So
That's a good way to put it. So, side note, since we brought up Friends, go check out HBO Max as a Friends reunion, and it's actually not bad.
It's okay. I'm a fan of Friends, but there were parts of that reunion show I was like, what? Why do we even do? Like the fashion show?
That
was a waste of 10 minutes.
I did like when they recapped a lot of stuff. And
Yeah,
behind
that
the
was
sce-
good. Yeah. I
The
would say
monkey
half
discussions.
of the
They didn't
reunion
like
is
the
really-
monkey at all in that show.
oh wait, is
Well,
it the
yeah.
actors talking about?
Yeah,
the
it's like
show?
the actual
Okay.
reunion.
It's the first reunion of all of them back in
So
one
not
location,
a
supposedly.
reunion of
Episode.
the characters.
No.
of the
Although that would've
actors.
been cool.
Because that's what I
that would've
thought
been
it was, and I'm like, that'd be kind of cool to see
Monica.
Monica and Chandler showing up and being like, these are our kids. They're in high school now.
I'm surprised
And
no one has
like-
tried to give them billions of dollars to do that.
They probably have.
And
You know how long it took them just to do this one?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that cast is like they're all friends, but they have no interest
Yeah,
in
they don't
redoing
want
that
to,
show.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
done. All right. Well, what was our sponsors for today, Dan?
Our sponsors were Honey, where you can go to joinhoney.com/experiment to get honey for free, as well as G Fuel. Use code COMICS at checkout to save 10% or 30% if you order this as the show is going live on your G Fuel. It's also sponsored by our Patreons at patreon.com/Comicstorian, where we greatly appreciate you guys' support over there. And we do stream this live every Thursday at twitch.tv/Comicstorian. We are taking a small break, so technically not every Thursday while we swap around the set.
No, I was
but
going to go into that. We're not
coming
we
online.
are coming back every week. We'll be doing it from our home offices while we alter the set. For those who are wondering, we are currently in the works of launching an official Dungeons & Dragons channel where we can do another superhero campaign.
Well, not an official Dungeons. Our Dungeons
Our
and Dragons.
official.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
our
yeah.
official.
Not an official Dungeons
Yeah.
and Dragons. Dungeons and
Good
Dragons
call.
is gonna call us. Hey.
How official is your official?
An Eligible Monster Productions official.
Yeah,
Dungeons
yeah,
and
there you
Dragons.
So we're making an actual channel where we can put our next superhero campaign. We're going to do some traditional Dungeons & Dragons, and we're going to come up with a bullshit campaign on a weekly basis, starting with a kaiju one. Andy's going to be Mecha Godzilla. Was that the plan?
No, I wanted to be Kong.
Oh, he's Kong.
Yeah, with an axe.
With the Godzilla.
And a whole lot of attitude.
But we're working on that, which
Leather
means we're going to be
jacket
changing this set. So if you're watching this episode and you've made it to the ending, this is the official goodbye to this set that we've had for 2 years, I think.
A good number.
Because this exact set was also in the other
a good
location.
number of time.
Are you okay?
I'm just gonna miss this set so much. Thanks for watching, guys.